Good evening, and welcome to yet another edition of The Night Shift. Recently, I just put up a post about pro-black, and I just want to tell everybody that watches this show, if you do listen to The Night Shift and you do listen to the stuff that I talk about, I'm not a person that's about aha or gotcha moments or sensationalism. I'm not one that's trying to create any kind of division or unity. Unity has to be by choice. So this is the thing. I want to talk about now about black fatherhood. I was using the pro-black segment was kind of an introduction into being black fatherhood. So I was asking a lot of critical questions about being pro-black. And one of the things that a lot of people expressed to me in the last segment was that if you have an interracial relationship, meaning that you're married to a non-black woman, you can't be fully pro-black. Yet as a black father, if that woman has children, as a black father, he's going to have black kids. And if he's showing concern for his black children and his black family, that kind of trumps the idea of being pro-black. I believe that is the very essence of being pro-black, is taking care of your children. Because the idea of fatherhood relies with the man. The woman can't dictate to the man how to be a father. The woman can't tell the man what fatherhood is about. The woman can raise the kids and can nourish the kids only to a point. But it's the man that creates his entire world, the entire structure, the entire way he's going to live, right? It's written. You raise your child in the way it should go, it won't follow. You know what I mean? If you raise your child in the way it should go, it will follow. It won't fall far from what you've taught it. So the idea of family, the idea of being pro-black, the idea of black community, the idea of having a black people, anything has to do with the man, not with the woman. And if anything is true about what they're saying about the black man right now, being part of the female gynostory, if that's what they call it, or just saying the matriarchal system where we like to believe that black women run and control black men and run and control our communities and dictate the narrative of our families because black woman is God and all those things in between. And yet look at the condition of the people and the state of mind that we're in. We've been duped and fooled into thinking that women are the ones that control us, when throughout the beginning of time and throughout the span of time, the responsibility of the community, the people, the nation, the further development of your family rides on the man. So let's explore this idea of black fatherhood, how the importance of black fatherhood is to the black community, how we don't survive as a people or as a family without black fathers, how we don't have a culture, we don't have an infrastructure, we won't have knowledge, we won't pass anything down to our kids won't have an inheritance without black fathers. If some 80% of the children that are in or of the men that are locked up in prison today come from single parents, and those single parents were mothers, that should be a clear indication that women cannot control this. Women can only have a say with their husbands. Women can only have a compromising ear and thought with their husbands. But you don't run the people. And yes, it's true. The measurement of a people is only as great as its woman. But that's because the men made sure the greatness of the woman was upheld, or the men made sure that the woman was replaced or set to the side. Now, throughout history, most of the men cherished their women. We're being victimized by a system called white supremacy racism, and white supremacy racism doesn't degrade its woman. It'll use its woman, it'll mistreat its woman, but it keeps its woman, even in its mistreated and degraded state, above everything else. Hint, the porn industry. Porn industry is saturated with nothing but white women. Yet, I bet you every last one of them will feel they're better than your black ass in your richest state of mind. Or in your richest, or in your actual physical state of riches in your pocketbook. Let's not get it twisted. Well, why is that? Well, that's because those women uphold the system of white supremacy racism, and they uphold what their fathers say one should do. Those men control their women. We don't have that same type of luxury. We don't have that same benefit. And this is what we're talking about right now. This is the importance of being a black father. This is the importance of having black fathers in our children's lives. This is the importance of black fatherhood. It's a thankless job that hardly nobody wants to give any kind of appreciation to. Yet, if something goes wrong, the first thing they want to do is say, where's your daddy? Your kids are acting up in school, your son's punching somebody in the eye, who's your daddy? Your daughter's running around half-dressed, being a hoe in the street, who's your daddy? Your wife's running around acting crazy and ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing, who are you married to? Where's your husband? The entire system of our functionality rests on black fatherhood. I'm going to be talking about this shit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because our people are crazy as fuck. Most of our women are butt-fuck retarded, and most of the men that follow these women are butt-fuck retarded. And I'm not talking about trying to be disrespectful. I'm not talking about trying to be mean. I'm not trying to poke fun at nobody. I'm talking about clinically, mentally, slow. Dead ass. And these are the people that are running our community. These are the people that are cops. These are the people that are lawyers. These are people you got to depend on. They're your teachers. They try to pride and parade themselves as being self-healing gurus, and they know this and they know that, and they're going to tell you this and tell you that, and they are flat ass out slow to what's going on around us. This is why it's important for black fathers to step up, take their kids from these dysfunctional people, and raise their children so that we can have a strong community. Because I know you guys are paying attention to what's going on in the world right now. Africa's changing. Africa's changing. And they're not too happy or too slick about how the way we act over here on this side of the diaspora. Now, we're going to do what we do, and that's how it happens. But we do not need to be severed from our homeland or from our people, because we refuse to do what is natural to the order of our existence. Because we keep listening to ideologies that tell us to act backwards and treat each other, mistreat each other, and tell us that up is down is up, men are women and women are men. We refuse to say, you know what, enough is enough. This is that bullshit. If that's how you guys want to act, go over there. But we're going to raise our kids with traditional values. We're going to raise our kids with respect. We're going to raise our kids with morals and with standards that are conducted to humanity. To humanity. Spirituality is to the individual, but if you have no humanity, how can you even begin to think you can develop any sort of spirituality? We'll be talking about black fatherhood for a minute. And as always, stay dangerous.